How long did Will live at the ranch? Did he build the house in sections? Was it all at once? We got a little bit here about that, and I honestly, I don't understand it. And so I just kind of want to know. I know he lived in Beverly Hills for a little bit, but I want to know.
So so originally, this place was never meant to be lived on. This was just originally, this was just meant to be a place to come and play. This was just a weekend getaway. First thing Will did was put in the polo field so that he could play polo here. He built a one-story rustic cabin in 1927. In 1928, it was discovered that their Beverly Hills house was totally infested with termites. I mean,
Wow.
It actually made sense to tear the house down. It was that bad.
Wow.
But Will just used that as an excuse, and he told Betty we're moving to the ranch. So he built what we call the North Wing. That's where their bedrooms and a more formal living room are. And that was completed in 1930.
Okay.
Now, in that period of time, 28, 29, 30, they moved out of the Beverly Hills house, but they did spend time here. They did, but I don't know how much. Jimmy, their youngest son, Jimmy, said that they did live in the ranch house here, up in the guest house for a while. But they also rented an apartment somewhere in the area. But basically, in 1930, their living quarters was completed, and they moved out here in 1930. And then Will just kept adding rooms. The whole house was built from 1927 until 1935. 4 different architects, no master plan. Will would add on and then later decide to add on something else.
Was he using the same builders? Was he just doing himself?
Well, much of it was, but not all of it. And as much as he could, he actually used the employees at the movie studio to work here.
That stuff has a real stage set look, like the banister going up to the second story in the main ranch house is super skinny. It could never pass, permit today. And then if you go in Will Jr.'s room, the doors, the closet's doors look like something on a stage set. You would see they're really kind of, interestingly painted and such. They don't look real.
Really?
But they are real.
The walls,
That's cool.
The walls in Will Jr.'s bedroom look as if they're Adobe, but they're not. It's plaster and painted to look that way, but it looks Adobe.
And that would probably been one of the
2 things to add. So, as Dave often says, we don't know how long really Will lived here in the 30s because he was traveling so much for the movies and going on little diplomatic missions for FDR and the paper and such. So, at least we chronicled the kids as they were growing older. They saw a little less of Will than they did when it was the 20s and the teens. So.